Yes. Again, this is Specialist Murphy, United States Army. Here appropriate to date, June 7th, 2020. Here the Executive Office for Sheetmetal Associates, a legal advisory and document company. Remain today here in Pittsburgh, California. Today, appropriate concerns now our last video aired, I believe it was the 28th of May of 2020, where we had suggests there appropriate measures, counter jurisdictions, countermeasures wise, attending my service here now, still active duty, United States Army. Jurisdictions component there also California Army National Guard. Here, I have explained my prior videos, message distress, official message of distress to the public, and then there are now jurisdictions relevant. Our last video, again, May 28th, we held that video appropriate here presence before Her Majesty the Queen, and they are appropriate are also success the presidents of the United States, former jurisdictions, Mr. John F. Kennedy, and they are associated also Mr. Abraham Lincoln, father for freedom of the Negro slaves. Their appropriate, their progress in their apartheid jurisdictions relevant. United States of America. Here today, year of our Lord, again, 2020. We have concerned our last video, and we must specify this. There has been jurisdictions, military, and official distress messages sent to the United Kingdom. They are proper via resources, concern specifics. Her Majesty the Queen, an attempt to reach the British Army, our allies. They're concerned United States Army also for appointments, their relief, proper recovery, and rescue now still, I exclaim, necessary. United States Army, Specialist Murphy, United States Army. Now today, concerning that video also, I exclaim myself, here now, present, United States Army, active duty jurisdictions, General Murphy, United States Army. At rebel jurisdictions consort, the facts of the matter is that there has been established now corruption, by my knowledge, concerning United States Army standard operational procedures. There has been corruption, and I exclaim also a direct assault against Specialist Murphy United States Army, thereby counter route their concerns, SOP, a counter SOP, a proper an assault, there for manslaughter. Friendly fire status B concerns, they're relevant also. Mind you, the point I was trying to make there prior. Today, friendly fire status still concerns their improper or an aggressive counter to the standard operational procedures of the United States Army. And I have declared that today. Then there, our past video, Her Majesty the Queen present, I have exclaimed myself, declared myself as General Murphy, United States Army here appropriate. Proper rebel forces now concerns the outright exclaim demonstrations here by the Secret Service and their attendants. This office have made their physical presence in my office here in Pittsburgh, California, and then there not be result proper relieve me of my handicaps here, military inflicted. Here now consort, they're also relevant here. My ceremony present will be portraits factors there. General George Washington, United States of America, father of our country, and there are British parts here. Now allies. There is a portrait there, printing there, engraving for their King George III of England, where we had made Declaration of Independence, move away, and now back with the United Kingdom's their sort British Army, our allies, World War I, World War II. And now further here, regards, we are still through NATO and then presence there where Mr. John F. Kennedy was president of our country, United States of America. We did move forward as allies there for further with British troops. Successions there. Their founder father, they're also King George III. British Army. Here now, I have, in fact, as General Murphy, reached out by letter correspondence, letter directed, addressed specifically to Queen Elizabeth II, to resource her point determined by this letter in manuscript English handwriting, intelligible and comprehensible, that there has in fact been some injustice here, and for her to investigate, I'm sure she will, and then further of her own accords, their jurisdictions there, then promote further to military jurisdictions, the British Army, as I did request of her. Specifically, thank you very much, Your Majesty. And here is a prayer for the continuity is here, the ceremony for here now, Specialist Murphy's increased rank jurisdictions here declared by him, there be exclaimed corruption, United States Army, as General Murphy, United States Army. Here I do appoint now a prayer for the continuity of this message of distress here for Her Majesty, before Her Majesty the Queen's portrait here again presence. This will hopefully be the last time the Queen will be present here at my studio here, as I feel necessary for the fast of our presence, and then the fast of Mr. John F. Kennedy also, and rest in peace. Her Majesty still be here, alive today. It's a pleasure, an honor to have her presence, and in this situation where war is concerned, I must divide here friendly or time of peace there with time of war, and they're here, the Queen here somewhat does, in fact, distract my attentions to what is here today as hostile. And I will appoint now further, keep hostility away. I have had here in my studio an example for this week that the hostilities has now reached public, and I'm not at all happy with it. I'm not at all happy with it. To be for the aggressions here that should be directed directly at the enemy here, United States Army, those counter points, therefore, the standard operational procedure be violated. That's where I should aim my cannons, my guns at, not at my appropriate people here, and is getting a little bit touched, a little too close for comfort. Here now for a prayer for continuity for this distress message to reach the Queen and then be assimilated properly, honorably, there to associate the honorable factors here. Our President of the United States of America, for the commanders-in-chief here of mine, as General Murphy, I say a prayer here now here with 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians here matters further, chapter 2. It states here, and I, brethren, when I came to you, did not come with excellence of speech or of wisdom, declaring to you the testimony of God. For I determined not to know anything among you except Jesus Christ and him crucified. I was with you in weakness, in fear, and in much trembling. And my speech and my preaching were not with persuasive words or of human wisdom, but in demonstration of the Spirit and of power, that your faith should not be